Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Today I want to try to break the record for the energy level that you can achieve with a pistol crossbow. Therefore, I increased the power of my shortened CIA adder by doubling up, as it is the normal procedure here at the Slingshot channel. We doubled up the power of the throwing arm by using not one 130-pound bow, but two stacked. I really had to file this open a bit so it fits, and also I had to do all kind of crazy things to enhance it. So this transport lever here is now a lot thicker. It's 6mm steel and a lot wider too. And I filled the entire cocking lever with solid steel, thicker too, because otherwise it would bend and it would not work. And now this is incredibly powerful. And I kind of like, I hope it's going to come over in the video, I kind of like that you can actually see the laser. You see, you can see the laser beam because it's a little bit misty today. Well, this crossbow now, of course, is extremely hard to cock because it's 260 pounds instead of the original 130 pounds. That already a lot of people have struggled cocking. But I'm kind of handicapped today because, see this wound here? It's a little bit swollen. It looks like nothing, but actually what happened is that I was drilling something into steel and then the drill bit broke off and I felt a sharp pain in my hand and I didn't really know what was going on. The drill actually broke off and I couldn't find it. And I'm slightly suspicious that it's still in the wound. And my wife says we need to go and get an x-ray done. But of course we have an alternative to this, the Slingshot channel's x-ray version, neodyme rare earth magnets. So I have a suspicion that it actually went in here and is now somewhere here, because that is where I feel a lot of pain. Now if we take the neodyme magnet, I can easily feel this. Oops. Yes, there it is. It's actually very painful and very tender. So I have to cock this thing by, using a hand where I can only use 3 of my 5 fingers, basically. Still, no reason to give up, because we won't back down here at the Slingshot channel. One of the problems that I ran into when using this incredibly powerful crossbow is that the shock when shooting the standard arrow, which only weighs a little bit over 12 grams, the shock is so great when it hits the string stopper here that actually the magazine lever flew open, and even the lock here of the cocking lever actually was released. It was not such a big deal because when that happened, the bolt was already on its way, but it still is kind of funny and I don't think very safe. So even for this channel, it's not safe. Therefore, what I had to do is I had to increase the weight of the bolts, and actually I put in a little bit of wood, like a shashlik pin, and a piece of a sort of 5.5mm nail, so that I could bring up the weight of the bolt from around 12.5 grams to about 21.5 grams. So much more heavy, and therefore hopefully also the energy will be better. Here we have the different bolts. First we have the regular bolt weighing 12.32 grams, and then we have the heavier bolt weighing 21.42 grams. Now today, if we would use a normal crony, it would not work because it's too dark, because of the overclouded, foggy weather. But actually I'm using the FX Airguns radar crony, which does not care one bit about lighting. So hopefully it's gonna read our results just fine. And we're shooting at our steel-plated plywood board, so it's 1mm steel over 12mm plywood. A normal bolt shot from this crossbow with a single limb would not be able to pierce it, but this one will. Okay, the ordeal, cocking this thing. Even with a hurt paw I can manage. Look at the incredible force that is now behind this. It's the strongest, I think the strongest pistol crossbow in history. Let's go and see if we can get a reading. Okay. 86 meters per second. Let's go for one more. So hard. "87 meters per second. Quite consistent. Let's figure out how much energy that is. So this was almost 81 joule of energy. And I think that's totally the record for a handheld crossbow, pistol crossbow. And let's look at how well they penetrated into the steel target. Incredible results. You see, they were stopped only by the veins, and actually they also penetrated the archery mat behind this. That's a pistol crossbow, folks. Now, these bolts were of course not made for this kind of power, but one bolt survived in pristine condition, and even the stainless steel was not really able to do much damage to the tip of the bolt here. This one here, I have to say, you can see, hopefully, come on, focus. You can see that the shaft actually broke. And if you reuse one of these bolts, then terrible things will happen. So you need to make sure. By the way, here you can also see that I weighed the bolts down with a little bit of wood. You can see the wood inside here. It's a shashlik pin and a steel nail. So this is where the weight difference comes from. I know a lot of people will say this is not a pistol crossbow, this is just a sort of normal crossbow. I don't think it's true, because for me it needs to fulfill two criteria. First of all, the total length needs to be under 50 centimeters, which is the case here. This is actually a little shorter than 50 centimeters, and therefore I think it will be illegal in Canada. Sorry guys. In any case, also the second criteria that it must fulfill is you must be able to shoot it with one hand. And that is what we need to find out. Can we shoot this on the outstretched arm, just like a pistol crossbow? Okay, let's go for it. Yeah. All right. I'll stand here so that you can be certain. Go like this and bang. Believe me now? Yeah. Pistol crossbow, all right. Now I'm not sure if this is the strongest. Have you ever seen a stronger one that fulfills the criteria? Can be shot on the outstretched arm and is shorter than 50 centimeters total length? If so, then let me know. Put the link in the comment down there. Thank you. Bye bye.